My name is Silvio. I'm building IDFI, and today I'm gonna teach you how to build anything with the MCP servers. MCP servers in Cursor blew my mind because you can enhance by 10 times or more the capability of a Cursor that is already a really powerful tool. So what MCP servers do is basically extending the functionalities of Cursor. And today we are gonna go through a checklist that I have created. We will validate together in the video, modify it a little if necessary. And we will add this GitHub MCP, and I will show you how to use it also for the IDFI scope. Let's dive into it. First things first, I already have set up my MCP server here, but we will do it again. So I will just remove it. And this is how you will start off, basically. So let's follow the checklist. I will upload this checklist on the IDFI organization in GitHub as a repository. Everything will be contained in a repository called Starter Pack. So I liked the game with the words, Starter Pack, Startup Pack. It's fairly new. This is the first video I do in this sense. So it will be more content in the future. But an issue that I noticed is that people will tell you about the results, but never tell you about how they did it. So I decided to create this repository on GitHub. Let's follow the checklist. First of all, open Cursor and start a new project. This tutorial will be specifically for Cursor, but you can do the same thing on other vibe coding tools out there, let's say. So launch Cursor, done. Open an empty project for MCP setup. We did this. And then access the Cursor settings. So I'm already in Cursor settings, but if you don't know how to go here, you just go to File, Preferences, Cursor settings, and then MCP. And this is the section that we will need. So step 2 is already done. Now we will leave Cursor for a second because we need to set up the tokens and the command to then run MCP servers in Cursor. So let's now open the browser. First thing first, go on GitHub. If you don't have an account in GitHub, is really easy to set it up and fairly simple. My organization, and I invite you to follow it, is IDFI database. I will share more about the scope of this project in future content. The idea is to keep all these kind of guides in this repository, Startup Pack, and feel free to get it, to do whatever you want. It will be updated. You can update it as well. And if you see any issue, anything, just contribute to the page. I am super open to this collaboration. And also let me know if you would improve the content. But let's get back to the MCP servers. So first of all, open GitHub and log in into our account. This is done. You will find yourself in the dashboard like I was before. And but you can do this second operation for any part of GitHub. So you click on your profile icon in the top right and select settings. Up here, select settings. Scroll down to the developer settings and click on personal access token. So here is developer settings and personal access token. The suggestion that I give you is to generate a new token and specifically the fine grain tokens. So this is what we will do. Click on fine grain tokens and click on generate new token. Call it however you want. You can call it Cursor MCP. So we will follow the guide here and everything will be coherent. The expiration date, I will just set a custom expiration to tomorrow. So we are sure that it will just expire for when I will upload this video. We will use the repository access in all repositories, and then we need to set up some repository permissions. So we set up the name, we set the resource owner. Here, you can choose between your organization or yourself. We will choose ourselves in this case. This is actually another disclaimer that I will tell you more later. Apparently, there is no possibility in GitHub with APIs to create repositories into organization. I tried everything. For hours, it doesn't work. And this is unfortunate because like the scope of this project would be actually to keep everything into IDFI, also from you guys. So I will suggest a turnaround later, but let's continue with the setup of the fine-grained personal access token. So select yourself here as resource owner, select all repositories, and this is done. And now we set up the permissions. Permissions are really important to be set up properly. So the MCP server is actually an extension of Cursor. If you give it too many permissions, then there is the risk that something unwanted happens in your GitHub and you don't want to do it. So I will suggest you the 4 permissions that you need to create repositories or to do the basic things like pull, push. And the other ones, feel free to do what you want. But for now, we will set up these permissions. So grant the following permissions: administrations, read and write. Read and write. Commit statuses, read and write. So commit statuses, it's here. And we will give it read and write. Contents, read and write. And issues, read and write. Issues, you will find it down here. Read and write. Okay, now we are ready to generate the token. So generate the token and be sure to copy it immediately because it will then disappear. Once you have closed the page, then you enter again, you will see you have a token, but you cannot copy the token anymore. So copy it and open smittery.ai. This is an open tool that you can use, and it contains many MCP servers. So as I said before, MCP servers will enhance the functionality of your system, but it's important that you're careful to use them and download only the ones you're sure what they do, because yeah, they can do things in an automatic way, and if you're not careful, it could lead to issues, let's say. So we open Smittery and we log in with our account, GitHub account that you created before if you didn't have it. So you will see your profile picture up here. You go to you can look for it, the GitHub. If you don't have it in the main page, look for the GitHub MCP, Model Context Protocol. Click on GitHub. And from here, there are many kind of IDEs. You can use Cursor, Windsurf, Klein, etc. But in this case, we have Cursor that I mean, it's not a sponsored video. I'm a super small channel, but I really love Cursor. So I tried some others, but it's really great. So select the GitHub MCP server and insert the GitHub generated token under the GitHub personal access token. So just copy the token here and generate the command. So we did it. And then go back to the Cursor settings, MCP, and click add new MCP. Yes. So copy this command. This is the command that was generated for Cursor. Now we're ready to go back to Cursor. We left this page. We were in the Cursor settings, and we don't have any server at the moment. So add a new MCP server. You can call it GitHub MCP, but just choose the name however you like, and then paste the command in the section here, the command section. So we did this. Just one thing more. At the beginning of the command, if you work on Windows, I saw that working differently on Windows and Apple devices. So just be sure to add command/C in front, and then your command copied from Smithery. So then you can add, it will open a command window here. Just minimize it, it doesn't matter. And yeah, looks like you're good to go, right? So the GitHub MCP is green, or at least I think it's green. I'm colorblind, so I hope so. But it looks everything went correctly. So now what we will do is we will go back online on your GitHub account, and I will show you the repositories I have. I don't have many. I only have 5 from my previous experience. I'm trying to set it up better, but for now it's only 5. So now remember these repositories, because we will create a new one with this GitHub MCP. You can do tons of things, but let's just try it out by creating a new repository in our profile, right? So to open the agent, so let's now go down. I will explain you more later about other things, but to try it out, Control I, you go back to cursor, click Control I, and then click New Chat. You need to be sure that it's the agent here. So if you click Control I, you will directly go to the agent, and that's important because it's the agent, the one that can choose what to do. In the agent, you go like, please create a new repo using MCP server. Call the repo hello YouTube, and add a readme.md in it. Okay, now we will click enter and see what happens. If we set up everything correctly, it should be great. I'll help you create a new GitHub repository. So first, I'll create the repository. This is another thing we will take later on. So basically, if you don't have a YOLO mode selected in cursor, you will have to confirm every time the MCP servers do something, or better, the agent do something with the MCP server that you have installed in cursor. So you see here, the MCP tool is called through this create repository that you find here. So create repository will do a bunch of things, and it's related all to the GitHub APIs. So it called the correct one. You can also open here and see what happens. So let's see, run tool. Now it's loading. Great, I've successfully created a new GitHub repository called Hello YouTube for you. So that's really, really crazy. Let's check the contents of the README file that was automatically created. So you see, this is another call, let's say, and it will use the, in this case, get file contents. And this is the path to the file. So let's run the tool again. It seems the repository was created, but README file wasn't automatically generated. Let's create a custom README for your repository. So we run the tool again. Let's not even check what. Perfect. I've successfully created the Hello YouTube repository and added a comprehensive readme.md. So what you can do now is going back to your repositories and refresh. And if everything goes correctly, we will see Hello YouTube here. And this is totally nuts. This is crazy. I love it. So let's go into Hello YouTube and see if we have a README. So look at this, like, welcome to Hello YouTube repository. This was designed for YouTube related projects and experiments. And we have everything. So you can, yeah, it added just a general README file. And this is crazy. Like, you can see how cursor that is already powerful is enhanced. Also, I would like to mention that GitHub is one of the MCP servers. There are tons of it. I didn't have even time to go through all of them. So I will leave another installing browser tools here, MCP, that is also really powerful. Let me know if I should make a video on it. But I will keep it here for the moment, and I will validate this, so no worries. But all of these are MCP servers that could potentially be added to Cursor, because you just click on them, go to the Cursor tab, or again, Windsurf or Client, and then you just need to follow the steps. Some don't even need a token. Some need a token from, for example, OpenAI tokens, etc. So this is it. And you can see the potential. It blows my mind. We are living in the future. It's amazing. Okay, so this was everything I had to say. I would like to end the video with a call to action, if it's called like that. I'm building IDFI. IDFI is basically an organization. I have loosened up the restrictions. Feel free to follow and do whatever you want with it. The focus of this is to store ideas and problems and everything you want inside it. And with the content I will make in this channel, I will show you step by step how to do it. So feel free to follow along, because more content will come. I will basically, I would like to populate with many repositories all this and keep everything public. When you need to create a new startup, you will use tons of open source material. Of course, later on, if you find your product market fit, you will kind of create an intellectual property, and you can create like more professional tools, because you're not able to scale only with open source code integrated in your app. But then why not sharing it with a community that has the same interest, and populate all here our startup ideas and startup problems? Let's say we can open issues, share code, and also share MD files with all the information about our startups. People can modify it, can help us out. So follow along, because I will come back with a new video on Obsidian, how to use Obsidian, and how to sync Obsidian in repositories. And also Obsidian is super powerful, because then once you have a GitHub repository with your notes inside, and you can sync it to GitHub, and then you can pull it in Cursor, then you can make questions on your repositories, or the repositories of someone else that are still included in IDFI. So with this being said, please, let's do this together. It will be super fun. And I hope this can be useful to someone. I will continue to do this, and let's see how it goes. One last thing, it's about the repositories. So we created a repository with the MCP tool. Let's go back to our repositories. This was the repository. I would like, if possible, for you to just move the repositories into IDFI, so to create this kind of database of all the people that are interested in the project. Let's be honest, no one will steal your idea. Come on. Let's say you have an idea, but you work in a corporate job, you don't have time to start it, then just keep it there for others. It will be amazing if you can contribute with someone else to actually make your idea something, and then leave your job, or I don't know, let's see. But so once you have created a repository also with the MCP server or manually, in the settings, you will find, scrolling down, the change transfer ownership. So to transfer the ownership to another user or organization. So you just click on transfer, and you can choose specify organization or username, and you go like IDFI database. So to confirm, you will just go like Silvio the call hello YouTube, and we transfer the everything in the new organization. So it specifies that this can take some minutes. Apparently it's already done. Let's go in the organization. Here we go to repositories. There are 2 now, and you will see here that Hello YouTube have been moved to ID5 database. We can keep everything here, and it will be awesome. I will upload the latest MD file with all the instructions to set up your MCP server as well. And I invite you to experiment, do things, and have fun. And I see you in the next one. Thank you.